Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and somebody was asking me if I had any old tube radios. Oh boy, do I have tube radios. And the problem I'm having right now is these tube radios, like this one right here, they're so heavy. I mean, they got this mammoth transformers in them for the power, and some of them weigh up to 60 pounds, and I can't move them. So I was kind of cleaning up a little bit this morning while my other test is going on with that emergency radio. And I tried another radio, not this one, to see if it still works. Now, these radios have been sitting for a long time. I haven't used them in a long time. This one I've used a little bit within about 5 years. So this has been used a little bit. Some of the other ones, they're either need repair or I've just not used them. Now, this particular one is a Collins model R388/URR. It was used by the military many years ago. I'm guessing 30 years ago at least, maybe 40. And it's an all-band receiver, and it's weighs, gosh, I don't know how, I can't begin to move it, but it was rack mounted, had these handles, so this was put like maybe in aircraft, a big bomber or something, maybe, or on a ship for communications. Now this is receive only. And it has this band changer. Let me see what the camera's looking at. Maybe I need to zoom in. Let me zoom in a little bit. Wrong way. Okay, this big knob here is just a band changer. It selects the band. And each of the bands, indicated by this dial up here, is 1 megahertz width. So you get some ultra fine resolution. And then you use this big knob here for tuning. And we were listening to 10 megahertz, of course, of which shortwave is pretty much in the toilet right now, so I was surprised I received it. It is, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning here in Florida. And then we had all these knobs you could play with. Now, this particular radio belonged to my father-in-law. And he got it from a ham that the front plate was in some kind of disarray, bad condition. So what the previous owner did was he took and painted the front plate, and then he got one of these machines that will cut these labels. And these are plastic labels, really heavy-duty plastic labels. These are not the little stick-on kind that you have on these dynamo things to make labels. This you have to use a device to cut whatever you want to print on. So they did an excellent job of it. Long time ago, these were used for printing name tags. It's a real heavy plastic. Like I say, he did a great job. The radio has always worked fantastic. Now this radio, like I say, is probably 30 or 40 years old. It's, when I got it, which was 25 years ago, he gave it to me, I have not done anything with it to tune it or to change the tubes or anything. It's just as is the way he gave it to me. And when he had it, it worked fine, and it still works fine. I'm getting WWV. I'm using my 31-foot MFJ vertical antenna with the cable going through a couple of adapters and stuff to get it across the room. Whoops, across the room. And I'm amazed that it's receiving that. Now it's gone now. I can't hear the ticks. It was there when I started. And a lot of these, turn this down, a lot of these not switches and stuff like that haven't been cleaned in 30 years, so they could use some cleaner, but it's working perfect. So I don't remember how many tubes this has got, but it's got, I think, about 25 tubes in it. Got all these various stages, and each one of these bands, 1 megahertz bands, has its own filter and everything. It's unbelievable already. Like I say, it was used by the military. Now, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, and I'll just show you a few of the other radios I have here. Now, I have, excuse me, at least double that many, oh, maybe 4 times that many in storage. Sorry. Which, like I said, they're so heavy I can't move them. So let me show you some other ones I have. So let me see if I can figure out how to get this off the tripod. Return it first. Whoops, it's stuck. I guess I could just lift the whole thing up, but I'd probably fall down. And I'm just going to briefly show you a few that I can see easily. Come on. Get this tripod out of the way. Okay, there we go. Now get this tripod out of the way so I don't trip on it. And stand by, don't get dizzy. Okay, and put this on my hand so I can hold it a little steadier. And I have to wait for it to focus. Come on, focus. What the heck? Why won't this thing focus? Well, there it goes. Okay, that's the one I did a review of. It's not a tube radio, I don't think. That is, and I can't remember the model number or anything. That's the RF 4900 radio that I got used about 6 months ago. There's a Lafayette radio laying on its side. Again, no, sorry, those two, sorry, man, early in the morning my sinuses finally start running. Those two are transistor radios, I think. Maybe the Lafayette has some tubes, I don't know. There's my Hammerlin, one of my Hammerlins, and that's an HQ170A that has the shortwave bands and VHF, 2 meters and 6 meters, and a clock, and it all works, but I tried to get to the back of that so I could get a antenna hooked to it, and I couldn't reach it. Anyway, coming over here, there's a receptor, it's called. I had no idea that was given to me a long time ago by a good friend of mine. There's another oddball radio. I don't even know if it has a name. Let me see. Nope. Has lots of switches. Nice, pretty colorful switches and big dial. I don't think I've ever turned that one on. And then over there is another Collins radio. That is a, I can't read the model number. Oh, there's a trash can. That's a 390. That's a where is it? There's a 390 with a mechanical digital readout to tune the radio. Down there, get this out of the way, there is another Hammerlin SP600 and another Collins similar to this one up here. And then over here, there is a Helicrafter right there. I think that's an S108 maybe. And then there's another Hammerlin down there, hidden right back there behind the laptop. I don't remember the model number. I think, let me see if I can see it. 180 it says. It's model 180. And I think that's all I've got buried in my workshop here. Like I say, I've got a lot of them in storage. Oh, there's another Hammerlin. It's an HQ129X. That still works pretty good. I've used that a little bit in the past year or so. But typically you have to realign these old tube radios and possibly change out tubes, which I have not done any realignment in 30 years. So all of these, I'm sure, need alignment. But just to answer the gentleman's question, yes, I have a bunch of tube radios. I have another Collins upstairs. I've showed it to you before. It's a big one, similar to this one. It's in pristine condition. It was given to me by a friend who lives over in Tampa, and I think it's all band. I don't think it's only amateur bands. Now this Hammerline right here is only the HF amateur radio bands, so it's not the full shortwave band spectrum. That's about it. I hope I've answered the gentleman's questions. A question about, do I have any tube radios? Yes, I do. I have buku. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. Have a great day. Bye.